Hi everybody, Jackson here. Welcome back to the Daily Endeavours for the 27th of February. We've got a 15 seal, 1.7k experience set. As always, there will be timestamps and chapters in the description. You can use those to skip to a specific endeavour if you're looking for that. So we've got crafting with Enchanting, we've got picking locks, we've got Amorphous Foes, we've got capture, keep, and Cyrodiil, and we've got 2 visions in the Infinite Archive. So I think these 3 here are better, but I'll still go through these 2 as well. So crafting with Enchanting, I think this one, you've got your 2 methods. Either you go and find some runestones in the environment, or you just buy some stuff for quite cheap. There are things you can get for relatively cheap. So you'll want to buy from guild stores. You want the aspect, the circle runestones, and then you also want some of the green ones, the essence runes. So green is what I suggest Jojota for the aspect runes. These are far cheaper than, well, not far cheaper, but relatively cheaper than tar. And the reason that even though tar is more common is that they're more expensive is because of writ. You don't use Jojota for writ, so this is actually the cheapest one that you'll easily get access to, and you can use this at level 1 still. So I suggest a bunch of Jojota. Essence, you can go... There's quite a few good options here. Basically anything that isn't either DLC options or options that are used in writs are going to be better. So Mako is used a lot in writs, so I don't recommend that one too much. Things like Decaper, this is not too bad. Oru is usually the one I choose, because Oru is like the least used essence rune for glyphs, because it's the potion glyph rune. And there are so few instances where the potion speed enchant is like good. There's like the Clever Alchemist set and all that stuff that is probably good with, but in other cases most people just use like other stuff. But yeah, what you want to do is just go through here, look at all the green ones, and up here make sure the unit like price is the thing that you look at, and go ascending. Is it ascending? So lowest to highest at the bottom. And look, as you can see here, this one's 10 per item, 40 gold. That'd be pretty good. And then yeah, Mako wouldn't really go anything else here. I think these are fine. So yeah, just end up buying some of this stuff here, and just go through all the different guild stores and just have a look. So here you got some other stuff, pretty cheap as well. You know, so there's lots of guild stores out there. You just got to know where they are, and having it coming to Cyrodiil anyway is probably something you're going to want to do today. So yeah. All right. So I assume most people know what these look like, but just if you don't, look for these things here in the environment. It's quite easy to see them with the orange glow on the floor, usually, where they're found. These are what hold the runestones that you need to use to craft. And most of the time you'll get tar or you'll get Jojota from these runes. Just keep in mind, if you get any of the higher quality aspect runes, you will need to be a high level in Enchanting to craft them. Alright, so when you end up getting everything you need, I suggest just making a bunch of trifling glyphs here, because the Jorah and Jode runes are the cheapest of the blue options. And those you can actually just get from enchanters. So you can talk to someone like this, the NPCs. They sell all of the blue runes here in infinite sources of them. So I usually go Jode and Jorah, because as you can see, 30 gold each. You know, compared to a guild store, it's just a bit more expensive. You can look at these from guild stores, but look at the sale average on these things. It's pretty stupid. So I'd just say buy them on here. So it'll say at first, it'll say unknown. That's fine. Just put them together. So that'll give you a glyph, as you can see here, Traveling Glyph of Frost. And we just do this with what we've got here. So let's go through and craft one at a time. So I'll just go through a couple more things that you don't want to use. Yeah, here we go. So try not to use Denny, try not to use Hakejo, Indico, this one here, Mako, this one, or Oko. Those are usually the ones to avoid here. And then if you've still got these, don't use them either. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, just make sure you don't use those like 5 essence runes. Alright, so the reason we're here in Cyrodiil as well, you want to come here for the next endeavor. It's in the middle of Oridon. This place is, I think, the best location in the game for doing your pick 5 locks endeavor. because there's 3 houses you can use. So you got this house here with a locked door, this house with a locked door, and this house with a locked door. So there's other ways to do this, but I think this is the best, because yes, there's only 3 locked doors. What we do is you open all 3 of these locks, you go to the wayshrine, and then you port away, and then you port back and do it again, because all the locks will reset if you do that. The only thing to keep in mind is the guards can sometimes walk up to these doors and stop you. Don't force the locks if you've got the passive to increase your chances, because that won't count for this endeavor. So as you can see, this guard here is standing in front of the door. As soon as they walk up and turn around, you should be okay to continue opening, like picking the lock, because they don't tend to spot you once they start walking away, because they're back towards you the whole time. But the initial walk up, just be careful, because they will spot you if you're not careful. So if the little eye icon in the hidden indicator opens up a bit, then immediately I would say just back out, because you don't want to get spotted here, because it makes it a bloody pain in the ass. Because in most cases it's fine, but the guards are bloody all over the place, so trying to get out of here is a pain in the ass after that. Right, so once you've done those 3 locks, you can go to Oridon and do the same thing, because there's a door there that you can pick. I'll show you that one quickly, but what I suggest is just leaving the town, leaving the zone, sorry, and just repeating it. So there's this door here, but there is a guy here that can spot you, so you need to be a bit more careful. It's a bit harder to know when he's there, so yeah, just be careful of him. So what you do now is you just leave the zone, so we'll just go anywhere, Stonefalls, whatever. So now we go back to Skyreach, or Skywatch, sorry. Did I call it Skyreach? Fuck. It's not Skyreach, it's Skywatch. So back to the door, just check for the guard, and go for it. Just also be a bit careful not to start picking the lock when you haven't entered the hidden phase, because it will reveal you if you're not. So if I go... Oh no, it didn't show. But if you do it too quick, it'll you won't be hidden, and people will give you a bounty if they're like much further away, basically. Right, that's 2. Alright, so another method for picking locks in this game is I like to go to public dungeons where the amount of chests that are in here is like very stacked, very dense. So we come in here, we open this chest, and as you can see, that also counts for a picked lock. The only issue with this one is, unlike the doors in Skywatch, which are instanced, all of these chests you're competing with other people. But yeah, this is also a good way. Unfortunately, it's not loot chests, so the Internet Archive will not give you some of these first. Not that I would do it that way, because that's also lengthy. But just don't force the lock. Find ones that are locked, and yeah, pick the locks that way. I will put in the description all the chest locations for this. I'll also put them in for all the common public dungeons, like the places I think have the best amount of chests in like small areas. We've got Forgotten Crypts as well. I'll put the map in for that, for all the chests, and Labyrinthian as well, and the ones for Rezek's Wheel down here. I think all these places are good to loot chests with. Rezek's Wheel has a lead for the Ring of the Pale Order, so that might be a bit more crowded. I don't know. It's been ages since that came out, so I assume most people have it. But yeah, just keep that in mind. And the Labyrinthian is a DLC one, but Labyrinthian is pretty damn good for this too. Also, keep in mind some of the chests look a bit different. There's a bunch of different chests. I'll link this in the description as well, so you can have a look. But ones in Obsidian Scar and Forgotten Crypt can look like this. The ones in Rezek's Wheel can look like this, and then some of the ones in Obsidian Scar also look like this. And basically, they all of the ones in Labyrinthian look like this one. So they're easy to spot in here. In Labyrinthian. But yeah, just keep that in mind. I'll make sure this website here is linked as well. And yeah, you can just spot all the different chests down here. It's just this one, and this one. These 3 here are the only ones you'll mostly see, as well as the main chest. Alright, so next up, I'll talk about Amorphous Foes. So, basically, you want to go to... I think Stonefalls is the best for this. this location here to the northwest of the Ashen Roadway Shrine, or it's southwest of Salt Pools, you'll find a lot of these things in this location here. So you can just pull a bunch of these guys in. Yeah, we'll just go one at a time. So Amorphous Foes is a weird one. There's only very specific, like a few specific enemies that count for this. Netches are one of the most common, I think, for base game, as well as Voroplasms for DLC options. So Voroplasms you'll find in a couple of places. I'll show you that after this. But yeah, for those who don't have any DLC, this is going to be the best way. Now, there are a couple of more places, but Stonefalls I think is the best place. There's tons of them around the place in Stonefalls. There won't be enough for 5 in most locations, but there'll be a couple that you can get and then move to somewhere else. So there's a couple more over there, and then if we go this way, there should be a couple more over here. Yeah. Another one there. There's Balfoyan has a couple of netches around. Vardenfell has them, but they're a bit sporadic. There's only a few in a couple of places. Like, I know there's a couple here. There's a couple near the Daedric Trickery set over here. But yeah, they're a bit all over the place. Now, if you want netches in base game in an instance location, you can do Darkshade Caverns too. There will be a large... There'll be the second main boss called Grobel. She spawns a lot of netches quite frequently, and it's an instance area so nobody else can get in the way. The only thing is Darkshade Caverns 2, even on normal, quite tough, and the first main boss, the Transmuted Hive Lord, not the easiest thing to do solo. If you can get a group that just want to all do the Netch one real quick, you can just come in here and kill the boss real quick, because as a group, normal Darkshade Caverns 2 it's pretty easy, but on your own, because of the 2 little minions that the Hive Lord has, it's a bit of a pain in the ass to fight, because you just keep getting bloody knocked down and shit. It's just kind of annoying. But yeah, those are what I recommend for netches. There is one more location I'll show you, but yeah, come around to Stonefalls and have a look. That's it. So that was this area here near Deverness Farm, just a bit north over here, where our Stockline Cavern is. I swear there's another place that has a ton. Somewhere in the mountains here. Might be somewhere here, but I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure this was the right area though. Might have been some more that were killed by somebody else. I don't know. Right, so the other place is Cold Harbor. So this one has about 8 or 9. But the issue with Cold Harbor is it takes fucking age and a half to get through, like the main quest. In order to get access to Cold Harbor, you can get someone to just bring you here. I think with the home tools, you can also use. You can go to Browse Homes. You can look into. Hold on, what's it called? Everything for sale. Find a house that is Cold Harbor Surreal Estate. Don't worry about what's on the inside. Just go in and go out the front door, and it will take you to Cold Harbor, and you can just come out this way. And the netches are found in this area here. I said before, there's not many, and they're all on their own. As you can see, this one here. You come up here. There's another one up here. There's a bull netch. Bull netches aren't that tough either. They just have a bit more health. And if you keep running through here, you'll find some more netches through. So there's another one. And you just keep running through here. There'll be a couple more over there, I think. And if you come over here, there's another netch on the top of this little hill here. Yeah, there's another one. I think there's one more over this way. Oh. Didn't realize the clan fuse. Is there another one? Yeah, here we go. It's this one. So yeah, you can come through here, can find a couple. I tend to see... Oh yeah, there's another one there. Nice. So I tend to find this area isn't taken advantage of as much as the other area in Stonefalls. So yeah, just see if you can try that area as well. If you can't find any in Stonefalls, that could work too. Now, as far as Voroplasms go, I think there's one really good location. Oh, there's 2, I think. But I find the best one to be in Orcrest, so I'll show you that one. So this one requires Elsewhere, the Elsewhere DLC, and you need the Northern Elsewhere zone. Sort of not too annoying to get to. You start from this way, Sean, and you just go basically down this way. The only thing is, you will have to go around, I think, in order to get here, because there is a ravine here, and it's a fucking massive vertical drop between between the public dungeon and the ravine below. Alright, so there's an area with a couple of Voroplasms. I'll show you the route I take to get there. So you want to go this way. I'm going to go past these Orbors. Oh, there's a chest in that corner. You could do that for the picking locks endeavor. So here it is, sewer access. So it's right here. It's not a long trek. So you want the sewer access. There'll be some skeevers. Don't worry about them. Just run past them. They're also not hostile. Okay, so the Voroplasms are here. So there's a bunch here. They're all quite tough. There's also a... this is the public dungeon group event down there. So if you want a free skill point, that's an easy way. And the Sky Shard's also down there. And yeah, there's more than 5 Voroplasms in this room here. So that's a quick way to get a bunch. Just, I find this will also be usually used by people to get these. There's a couple of other places. The only other one I really suggest is using the Blackwood DLC, using the zone. Silent Halls, there's a room further in that has a ton of Voroplasms in a room. You could use that, and they're scattered around the place a little bit. Or you can go to Zeemhawk's Lagoon, fight Zeemhawk. He spawns Voroplasms. The Voroplasms run around and spawn like Voroplasm Argonian enemies, like Argonian skeletons. And those both count as Amorphous Foes. So that's another way. And there's a couple of Voroplasms in the river as well. There's Voroplasms in the zone in like random places. There's another one over here, I think. But yeah, they're a bit scattered. Zeemhawk is a place where you can just get all your 5 straight away. Well, not straight away, but like just on the fight alone. Because the Voroplasms, they spawn their enemies quite quick. And you don't have to kill the boss. You can just get your 5 Voroplasm, or like Amorphous Foes, and then just run away. Because the fight is quite long. It's not a difficult boss, though, I will say. Like, the boss himself is pretty chill, but the minions he spawns, the Voroplasms will spawn enemies that are quite tough, and that's usually what will kill you in that fight. So yeah. But, like, what I usually do is I kill one Voroplasm, leave the other one alive, let it spawn one humanoid enemy at a time. And just kill the humanoid enemies, 3 of those, and then just kill the last Voroplasm. And don't worry too much if you kill the 2 Voroplasms quick, because he'll spawn more and more as he loses more health. So yeah, it's fairly straightforward to use. Alright, Infinite Archive. So this one here, what am I looking at? So this is in the Apocrypha DLC, like the Apocrypha Zone, but the archive itself is a base game thing. You can travel here regardless of what you've got. So just go to any way shrine and just travel in here from this zone in the world map. So Infinite Archive, in order to do visions, like in order to unlock visions, you have to beat bosses. So the way this archive works is there'll be 2 stages with 3 waves of just regular, like, just mobs of enemies, and then you'll get a cycle with a boss. The boss can be from all over the place. It can be from a number of world bosses, zone world bosses, from zone story bosses, from dungeons, from trials, from all sorts of shit. So, yeah. It's very random. You're probably not going to get the same stuff I do. You could, but probably not. So you can accept the quest from the quest giver there if you want, but you're not going to get far enough if you just want to do the endeavor to complete the quest. But just hold on to it just in case, if you do want to continue in Infinite Archive. Right, so you might also get your Amorphous Foes from this, but I don't find that I fight many Voroplasms or Netches in here. Yeah, none of these enemies count as Amorphous Foes, I think. I think Spriggans count as plant creatures. They all would, the Wild Hunt ones. So when you get to the last group of enemies, there will likely be a boss, like a tier 1 enemy. Yeah. Some of these I prefer focusing. Other times not so much. Cold Blast, whenever you kill an enemy they explode. It's pretty good. Hurt everything else around them. And yeah, you just keep going through and you just fight more and more enemies. So this will be the second wave of like mob enemies. So what I like to do is focus the ranged enemy first, and the melee enemies will all pile in next to the ranged enemy, so you can just AoE them all down real quick. I've got some drummer enemies. So you can see what I mean. Like, using this for your Amorphous Foes endeavor is probably not going to be very good. But even if you do get some, you're probably better off just finding them in the wild anyway. This is our first boss, so killing this guy will give us our first vision. This is, I'm pretty sure this is the first main, or the second main boss from Crypt of Hearts 1. This thing here, just be careful of that, and stay away from the edge, because when he gets to when he goes on fire like this, that explosion will knock you down, I think. And that could knock you off the edge, so you don't want to get hit for that. This thing here, I'm pretty sure it knocks you back. Oh, okay. We tested that, that works. But yeah, don't go near the edge anyway, because if you fall off there, you die, and you lose a life in here. Alright, so we get a monument chest, you get some archival fortunes, which is good. You get some stuff to sell, some set items too. Now we get a vision. So these are like verses, except they last the entire archive run until you leave. Healing done, ultimate cost, they're both okay. Now, with those, the more you go into an archive run, the better they get. So, yeah, you probably won't make much use of them, but some of them can be ridiculously good. Like the enchant one or the poison one, they're pretty good, like straight away. But yeah, some are just useless. Like you'll be a mage, like a magicka build that just uses magic damage, and you'll get one that increases your physical damage. It's like, what the fuck am I meant to do with that? So, in the wise words of a coach from Europe somewhere, sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit. We got one of these god-awful looking fucking bears. But I think I got there was like the bramble snare that I had to roll dodge out of. That thing hits quite hard sometimes, I think. So as soon as you stop moving, just break free and roll dodge in those cases. So there'll be one more normal wave. So we've got this skeever. This thing's really good for verses. Oh, sorry, for stages. Move. But quite not. Actually, no. It's pretty good for bosses. I think it's the other one that's terrible for the cold snap one that's terrible for bosses. Alright, so as soon as you see this thing dead, use the synergy, and basically everything in that stage dies. That's why that one's pretty good. Alright, so this crow thing, I fucking hate these things. I mainly target these guys if I can. Because they do really annoying shit all the time. Okay, Guardian Pestilence there helping me a bit. So these conduits are also a pain in the ass because they're the ones who do these negates. So conduits are a major enemy to focus, and the crow things are fucking annoying too. Rebirth, if you die you basically come back to life and do a bunch of stuff. Yeah, neither of these are really going to be helpful for this boss. Unless I majorly fuck up. So these are basically coffee breaks. They're not important to the visions themselves. You can get some goodies from doing those though, so if you want to do this, that's fair enough. I am the Blessed Crucible, you are nothing, I know. Yep, I know, I've heard it. This is from Blessed Crucible. That's the one that had the Durzogs the other day for the Reptiles endeavor. Right, stay away a bit from here, because she creates these things. And as we've seen from fire AoEs like this in the past, they've absolutely wrecked me. I'm also a vampire, so that's probably not good. Get a bit of healing. Oh, heavy attack. Okay, we probably should have run Strife there, but that was fine. Right, so get your monument chest, and then get your vision. Doesn't matter what you get here. This one is useless for me because I don't have any pets. That's what I mean. Some of these can be completely useless. Resolute Mind. Yeah, CC duration is increased and gives you stuff, so that's good. So at this point, you're done. So you can just leave here. Alright, so I'll just briefly go through capturing a keep. I don't think this is a good option. I think this is probably the worst of the lot. But if you do want to do this one, my suggestion here is go to a campaign that is like busy in multiple populations, because if it's just one population, I mean, if you come in at the right time, they'll be taking everything, but after a while, everything will be gone. So, yeah, not always reliable that, but try and find them with busy campaign. Get a group going, because capturing these on your own is a pain in the ass. With high CP and in a champion point one, it's not too bad, but yeah, especially no CP, it's rough, because there's a lot of NPCs in here that will get in the way. So what you need to do is, first of all, you need to understand how to get into a keep. So you need to break through either the door. The door is quicker than going through the walls, but the door is also the easiest thing for the enemy to defend. So if there's no defenders, just go through the door. Battering ram is really good for getting through the door, but it's the most vulnerable thing to enemy defenses, like oil especially. So you just put the battering ram out right here. You just put it here. Just keep in mind there are grates here that people can put oil under, and there's also these two ledges here that they can put oil on. So they will oil the shit out of the ram if they are defending. If that's the case, just go a bit further out, maybe out here somewhere. Put some trebuchets or some ballistas down, ballistae, and shoot the door that way. Just something to keep in mind though, normally I know I talk a lot about firebolt ballistas for a lot of these endeavors, but you don't want them for this one. You want normal ballistas. I'll explain those in a minute. So once you get through the door or through one of the walls, it's also the same except rams can't hit walls. But you want trebuchets or you want ballistas to hit the keep walls. It will take longer, but it's a lot easier to break through the wall than it is to break through the door if the defenders are competent. So once you get into the courtyard, you need to fight the enemies here, and then you set up your siege, basically the same thing with the front door, with this door here. Once this door is down, you can get through. The NPCs will be in here as well. You need to fight these people, and then there'll be two flags. You need to take this flag and this flag. The more people that are on these flags at a time when it's being taken, the quicker it'll be taken. So that's why I also suggest bringing other people in here if you can, because the more the merrier, the more quicker it'll be. Now, there is also these postern walls here. You can actually break through these with siege as well, and you can break the wall itself. It's not the door. So these are also another way to get into the keep. The front door will be quicker, but the walls here will be easier to break through. So yeah, just go through the rungs of like what you think will work best there. Now, as far as siege goes, for the attackers, the best things to use, I think, you want pack ballistas. They deal more damage per second than trebuchets. Oh my god, why does she look so scared? These are really good for higher damage than trebuchets, but they're a bit shorter range, so it's easier to fight back against them. Normal trebuchets, you don't want 5-pot ones. They don't deal much damage to buildings. These stone trebuchets are what you want. These are super long range. You can set them on top of, like, if there's like a cliff overlooking like a keep. I'm trying to see if there is one right now. The towers on the sides of the walls. So you can put a trebuchet here and shoot far into the areas in the actual keep. And in some cases it's quite hard for the defenders to actually fight you if the attackers are doing the right thing and suppressing them. So yeah, trebuchets are pretty good.
What is it?
Whoops, didn't mean to put that down. So yeah, stone trebuchets are pretty good. And yeah, battering rams too. These are good for the front doors, but these are also, if there's defenders, these are the hardest to use properly because yeah, the defenders will fuck you up. But I mean, if there's a ball group, there's not really much most players are going to be able to do against them. So they'll probably just put a battering ram down and just get through the door anyway. But yeah, whatever you can find, just go in and take a keep. There are lots of keeps on the map. As you can see here, Ebonheart Pack's taking one right now. And yeah, that's going to be the way there. But I do not suggest this one for an option, because I just think the other one's going to be more reliable. Okay, if you've got any questions, as always, just let me know. But that's Endeavours done for today. Thanks. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I'll see you next time, and take care.